And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first on the hazardous weather graphics for tonight and tomorrow, there's a flood watch out, continues out for the NOAA Kobuk valleys here, Ambler, on out north of Kotzebue to the northwest coast, though. Also for portions of the Seward Peninsula, flood watch out through tomorrow. And then a high wind advisory is out for the Alaska Range here for winds gusting to 50 miles an hour out of the south, with the next front coming in from the west. So that's out for Sunday. Flood watch is also out for Sunday, and a coastal flood advisory and high surf advisories are out for the coastal areas of all of the Seward Peninsula here and eastern Norton Sound, as well as the Kuskokwim Delta coastline. Again, high surf advisories here and Nunivak Island. And the red shaded area here around Bethel, that's a flood warning for the Kuskokwim River for Sunday for heavy rains. And for the fire danger graphic here, forecast for Sunday, still that narrow band of extreme fire danger. Actually, now it's extreme. Yesterday was very high. For tomorrow, extreme with the hotter temperatures and increasing winds expected here, and continued dry conditions extending northward on the high fire danger up toward Eagle, and an expanding area of high fire danger, at least for tomorrow, here in the Copper River Basin. And from there, looking at the satellite imagery, you can see high pressure here developing over the southeast interior, Copper River Basin, and the Yukon there, as this cloud kind of comes down and swings around, clockwise flow there, keeping it dry over the Panhandle with some mid and high level clouds, and band of moisture right through here. Another one, the main front here off the coast, and that frontal action up to the north there with rain pushing in to the Fairbanks area this afternoon up toward the Yukon Flats. Pretty light amounts here so far, heavier amounts back out to the west. Low center here pulling northeastward, starting to slowly weaken, was down to 970 millibars earlier today. You can see that circulation right there west of the Pribilofs of the front, slowly pushing eastward here across eastern Aleutians, right up along the southwest coast. And on the chart today, front roughly in this position here, give or take, maybe a little too far to the east here, but definitely bringing rain into the interior along this warm front in toward the Yukon Flats, pushing northward up toward the Brooks Range. Cloudy skies or dry conditions, lighter winds for the north slope and the Arctic coast. Pretty gusty winds, Cape Newnham at peak wind gust of over 70 miles an hour today ahead of this front, with 35 to 45 miles an hour. In some cases, some areas seeing over 50 miles an hour with the higher elevations, of course, ahead of the front here. Rain, St. Lawrence Island, and a pretty tight gradient here, but the strongest winds north of the Aleutians with this low center as it pulls northeastward here, but a lot of showers and becoming kind of scattered showers this afternoon along the Aleutians as conditions begin to improve there with the system moving northeastward. And for tonight, that front will edge into the Kuskokwim Valley, so rain heavy at times there, with rain becoming a little more showery behind the front for the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta, but still pretty gusty, strong south and southwest winds. Winds on the increase here across south-central Alaska, especially the western Alaska Range areas. That front advances eastward with rain and showers starting to develop over Cook Inlet in the western Kenai Peninsula up toward the Talkeetna Mountains, the Susitna Valley. Look for increasing chances of some rain and showers tonight. And staying dry over the eastern interior, rain into the Yukon Flats, rain areas about Fairbanks westward, getting heavier as you head west. Stays dry and mostly clear. Could be some clouds, lower clouds along the coast of the Panhandle, but nothing that will produce any precipitation. And improving here over the Aleutians. And for tomorrow, very nice day here over the southern Bering Sea. Eastern Aleutians could see partly sunny skies, much lighter winds, with that pattern extending all the way out to the west. This front weakening and pushing into south central Alaska, so cloudy skies and chance of rain or showers anywhere in the Susitna, Manuska Valley, Cook Inlet, Kenai Peninsula. Definitely see some rain pushing into Prince William Sound and down along the south coast of the Seward Peninsula there. Kodiak Island, chance of rain as that front drags through. Gusty winds, 45 miles an hour out of the southwest here with this trough rotating into the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta area here with another good shot of moisture with that, but drying out considerably just to the west with showers ending around St. Matthew Island, wet day St. Lawrence Island, all in the northwest quarter of the state looking breezy and wet and cloudy all the way up to the Arctic coast, mostly sunny, and on the hot side, mid to upper 80s for the highs from Eagle down toward Chicken, Northway, Tok, and those areas, mid 70s, upper 70s, say 77 for Golcana for the highs, mostly sunny, highs in the 70s and lower 80s for the southeast coast. And then on Monday, look for a 20-degree temperature drop from Fairbanks over toward the Eagle area and the Copper River Basin, about a 10-degree drop in temperatures for the highs from what you'll see tomorrow, and down into the 60s with clouds and showers moving into the Panhandle, but partly sunny conditions with more of a west-northwest wind flow here for Kodiak Island, and some clearing also for the Kenai Peninsula and Cook Inlet area, but a widespread area of showers from the Kuskokwim Valley right up into the central interior, and scattered showers over toward the border, but that's what will be. This westerly flow will be knocking those temperatures down, drying out again along the west coast with much lighter winds, maybe some clearing here for St. Lawrence Island, the Yukon Delta. Seward Peninsula could see a dry day with much lighter winds, cloud showers, and kind of brisk up along the Arctic coast there. Next big storm coming into the western Aleutians here with possible storm force winds, definitely gale force winds with this feature, pushing in toward Adak and Atka in the late afternoon hours, otherwise fair conditions off to the east. And for the lows tonight, 30s and lower 40s, north slope in the Arctic coast. Mostly in the 50s elsewhere across the state, 40s out over the Bering Sea. Upper 50s, Kodiak Island for your lows, and 50 to 55, south central Alaska here. Upper 40s to mid 50s for the Panhandle. Highs tomorrow, 85 to 90 there for the extreme eastern interior, 75 to 80. Upper Tanana Valley, 40-mile country right on up toward Fort Yukon. Shawkitsik probably hit 80. Temperatures pushing 70 degrees there on the eastern Arctic coast with that southwest flow ahead of the front coming in from the west here. You can see much cooler out toward the west, highs in the lower 50s there. Highs upper 70s, lower 80s for the Panhandle. That'll be followed by lows dropping into the 40s and 50s through much of interior Alaska up to the Arctic coast and north slope areas. And about holding in the 50s for the southeast coast. Highs on Monday, 60s for the southeast coast, and dropping to about 10 degrees in the central interior, and having trouble even reaching 70 here on the east side now. It's lower 60s, south central Alaska, lower 50s here over the Kuskokwim Delta to the coast, as well as the Aleutians and the Pribilof Islands.